Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this week I actually did not film anything. I wanted to kind of say this before I even get into the video. I posted last week and I didn't make any mention of George Floyd's passing and of this time going on where the Black Lives Matter movement is really kind of coming on strong and taking a hold, and as it should. But I just wanted to say that I was very much out of the loop when I filmed that video. I was not, I kind of make this a point to do this anyway, just in my life period. I don't really go on social media that much. I don't really watch any news outlets, and I don't read a lot of the news. So I was very much out of the loop when I made that video, and when I posted that video, I really just didn't know what was going on. And then as I started learning, I don't think if I knew what I know now, I would have posted that video. But with that being said, I posted it. I think that bringing it up now, even though nobody talked to me about it, even though nobody said anything to me, I still feel like that was a mistake, and it was an example of my privilege, and it's an example of white privilege. I'm half white, and I feel like just me being able to disconnect like that, to disconnect so much from what was going on and just kind of post, as normally a funny, silly, goofy video, was an example of me exercising that privilege. And so I wanted to make mention of this just so everyone knows that I'm aware of it, and maybe kind of open up the conversation on my channel. I know that this channel is not a channel where I talk about serious things. It's kind of like a lighthearted, fun, silly, weird channel where I just kind of post whatever, and I'm not serious a lot of the time. But with that being said, I did intend when I created this channel for it to just be me expressing myself, expressing, whatever it is that I want to express, whether that's gluing Hershey Kisses to my face or playing silly games. This is just kind of a space for me to just be myself. But with that being said, I don't feel like I would be in my integrity, and I don't feel like I would fully be expressing myself if I didn't bring up this, if I didn't bring up the Black Lives Matter movement, if I didn't say, just so everyone is aware, that I do feel like Black Lives Matter, that I do feel like it's ridiculous that this is even a conversation that people are having, that people have to take sides on this when this is just a basic human right, that Black Lives Matter. Of course they matter, they should matter. But I wanted to at least start the conversation and bring this up now, because this is something that's going to be going on for a long time. This isn't just a trend. It's not, something that's kind of getting a lot of attention now and maybe is going to die out later. Like, I'm in this for the long haul. I think that this is an important topic to discuss. It's something that's important to be aware of. It's something that's important as a person who is not Black to kind of do the inner work and think about, okay, like, where am I in all of this? What is my responsibility in all of this? What is my role in all of this? How am I contributing to the way that the society is? I didn't necessarily create these systems, but in a certain way, I am benefiting from some of these systems. And I think as a person who is not Black, it is my job, it is my responsibility to kind of take a step back and be like, okay, how can I regroup and kind of identify what belief systems, what perspectives, what thoughts that I have that contribute to this toxic systemic racism. And I don't want to be preachy, and I don't want to tell people what to do. I'm just kind of saying, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of going into myself and being like, okay, like, what are some beliefs I have? What are some things that I just don't even think about day to day that exemplify my privilege? And how can I kind of end this cycle of benefiting from something like this? I do feel like in certain ways that this is not a privilege, that this is more so like a sickness. Somebody said that when I was kind of educating myself on this topic. Someone said that this was like white privilege is a sickness. And I agree, because this is a very much an internal construct. This is something that's going on in your brain, in your head, with your belief systems. This is something that is very much kind of inside everybody. And I do feel like this is something that needs to be healed, something that needs to be remedied. And in order to do that, I think first and foremost, it's important to just be aware of what's going on. So I'm asking myself a lot of questions. I'm trying to take a step back, and I'm trying to just be aware of where my part is in all of this, so I can focus on that, because I feel like there's a lot that people are doing right now. I don't consider myself to be an activist. I don't consider myself to be somebody who is going to be marching on the streets and is going to be, in the front line. And I do feel for the people that do that. And I do have a lot of respect for the people who do feel like that's their job and that's their role. But I don't feel like that's my role. I feel like I have a lot of other strengths, and I've never considered myself to be an activist. So it kind of feels weird to just kind of all of a sudden start talking about this stuff. But I do feel called to do that. And I do feel like if you don't feel like your role is to be donating, if you don't feel like your role is to be speaking out, if you don't feel like your role is to be protesting or doing any of the kind of physical examples or physical manifestations of support like that, then I really encourage you to kind of just take a step back, maybe take a break, and think about where you could be contributing to this, whether it's the things that you say, the things that you think. I mean, you don't have to have all the answers right away. This is definitely a long-term process, but I really encourage you to just start asking yourself questions, start listening to other people, because sometimes you'll find that other people will be answering the questions that you're asking. Other people may have answers for the stuff that you don't have answers for. So it's really important to just actively listen to people, because there are a lot of people now who really do feel like it's their time to speak up, and they really have an important message to say, especially the people in the Black community. I feel like first and foremost, it's their time to rise up. It's their time to speak out against these injustices, and it's our turn to listen. It's our turn to listen to what they have to share, and it's our responsibility to give them at least that much respect, even if you don't completely agree with where they're coming from, even if you don't even believe it or understand it. Just listening and keeping an open mind can be your way of supporting this movement. So sorry for the long speech, but I just really wanted to get that off my chest. I really wanted to bring that up on my channel. I don't want to bypass this. And I also want to say that even though I'm going to be creating a lot of silly, lighthearted videos, I feel like that's what I can do in this time. I feel like that's kind of part of my role in all of this, is to kind of be that breath of fresh air amidst all of this chaos, amidst all of this craziness. You can't dive deep and then not come up for air. You need to take time out of your day, take moments out of your day to relax, to regroup, to just kind of laugh, or, just chill. I mean, I think that's really important, especially because this is going to be a long-term thing. This is not just something that's going to happen for a week or two and then it's just going to go away. So I think it's also important to think about long-term, how can you handle this? How can you deal with this in your body? I feel like it's super overwhelming for people like me who are not used to all of this information and taking in all of this information. But this is the way it is now, so we gotta adapt to it. And I feel like something that I'm able to do is to just be creative, be myself, make these videos. But I also want to say that just because I'm making these videos does not mean that I'm not aware of what's going on. It does not mean that I do not care about what's going on. It is because of what's going on, and because I am connected to all of this, and because I am listening and being involved, that I'm making these videos. I'm doing it for the purpose of being just light and fun and healing in midst a time of chaos. And I'm doing this intentionally. I'm doing this consciously. I feel like it's important for people to take a break. It's important for people to laugh. It's important for people to take a step back from being really heavily overwhelmed and inundated with information, with images and videos of violence. It takes a huge toll on the body. So in order to cope with it, in order to deal with it in a healthy way, you do got to take a step back sometimes. So I hope to do that with my channel moving forward. That's my intention for my videos now. And yeah, that's all I have to say on that. But thank you so much for watching. And oh, also in the description below, I am going to be leaving links for places that you can donate, for resources that you can use during this time. If you're having a hard time, maybe you need to talk to somebody, whatever, mental health resources, whatever. I'm trying to kind of compile a little list of that. So I will do that, and I will leave that below. If you are able to donate, even if it's just $1, you know, every little bit helps. So please consider doing that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week, maybe with another video. I don't know. I will see you soon with another video. And peace. Black Lives Matter. And I'm on the block, yeah. And I'm on the block, and I'm